Hi everyone! Now we are going to discuss about the importance of acquiring a startup capital. So, what is the importance of acquiring a startup capital? We all know that if we say business capital, it is a form of money. So, if you will make a business, money is the first thing comes in our mind. So why do we need a capital? So that we can start our business. Without the capital, the business will not be started. So we, as entrepreneurs, we should secure or find ways to have a capital so that we can start and sustain our business operations. We all know that the capital is not a problem on the wealthy people. But how about to those poor people? There are favorable sources you need to consider if you don't have a money. But we should think it first. Because like the money lenders, they offer a high interest for it. So it is not a good choice anymore. Listen carefully because these are the following possible sources that can help you on the startup capital you need to start and to sustain your business.
The importance of acquiring startup capital, the number one source is personal savings. It is the money that a person, rather than a business or organization, keeps in an account in a bank or similar financial organization. The advantage is no interest payment to be paid in case bankruptcy. No one will run after the entrepreneur for legal action. An entrepreneur has full control over the future net profit generated. And the disadvantage is it takes some time to save enough money to start a business. The second source is a family savings. It enables setting up and merging a number of term deposits held by the family members like parents and brothers and your sisters. So the advantage is low or no interest at all will be charged to the entrepreneur. Monthly authorization may not be charged depending on the agreement. And the disadvantage is, in a rare case, if the problem exists between parties, capital may be taken into partial or at once by parents.
Hi everyone, I am Jessamidi Talaytay. So for this lesson, I am going to discuss about external sources such as banks and credit cooperatives advantages and disadvantages. So noted that when we say external sources such as banks and credit cooperatives is that these are the institutions where you can borrow some money and pay it according to the contract that both parties agreed. So let's discuss first advantages. There are several reputable lending institutions in the community, not to mention loan sharks. Yes, it's true because as we all know, there are many available lending institutions in our community where we can borrow some money. Example are ASA Philippines, Card Hill Incorporation. I know that ASA Philippines and Card Hill Incorporation, we are all familiar because that lending institutions are mostly community are available. lending institution can confidently lend adequate capital in exchange of a sound feasibility study. Yes, it's true. The borrower of money must agree of feasibility study in lending institutions, because feasibility study is the assessment or the evaluation of lending institutions to find out or to assess the borrower of the money, either he or she has the capability to pay. Lastly, disadvantages. So, monthly amortization must be paid even amidst of financial difficulties of an enterprise. Yes, that's true, because this part or disadvantages mostly part of their contract. So that would be the end. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jenicel Eriganan. Now I'm going to discuss about well-reputed lending institution in the community can offer the following types of loans according to term of repayment. So first is short-term loans. So in this type of loan, monthly amortization, which will include low interest, will be paid 1 year or less. Advance or on-time payment of monthly amortization increases trust and confidence of the bank on the entrepreneur. This good relationship will offer more opportunities to the entrepreneur. So, short-term loans are a great solution because you can apply easily and easier to qualify, and also faster to fund the traditional business loans. The advantage of short-term loans is a shorter time for incurring interest. A short-term loans made to be paid up within about a year. There are lower total interest payments compared to long-term loans. The amount of interest paid is significantly less. And that would be all. Thank you. such businesses. Second is the availability of raw materials and supplies. In choosing a business location, you must choose a location where materials are available. So, if raw materials become difficult to acquire, market forces may shift demand to other goods and therefore other supply chains. Third is the accessibility to consumers and transportations. Accessibility refers to people's overall ability to reach desired services and activities, together called opportunities, and therefore the time and money that people and businesses must devote to transportation.
One is consider zoning and local ordinances. Zoning ordinances may also regulate a lot of size, placement, density, and the height of structures. A zoning ordinance is a rule that defines how property in specific geographic zones can be used. And the next one is availability of power and oil resources. Sources. In choosing a business location, there must be enough power and oil to sustain the needs of your business and customers. The primary energy sources take many forms including nuclear energy, fossil energy like oil, coal, and natural gas, and renewable sources like wind and solar. And the last one is taxation, such as municipal tax, policies, other local fees, and rates. A business location must be payable by tax and other municipal policies. Make your business legal to all access in government. Local taxation is also considered in local government, collecting and spending locally revenue from taxes, fees, and charges, as until recently received little attention from the national tax agencies, aid agencies, and international organizations, and have shaped the tax reform agenda. And that's all, and get blessed.
So next is hiring and training personnel. So before the actual operations in the business or in the business, it is very important to consider the right person to do the right task in the business, right, or in the productions. So why is it important? So it is important because it can provide your employees with the expertise they need in order to fulfill their roles in the business or on your business. And also, it can provide a new understanding of what are their roles and responsibilities inside your organization. And most importantly, they know the targets and they are equipped with skills and abilities that are needed in your business. Hiring of the professionals can be found in your business plan. So making your business plan, you need to consider the number of persons that can providing training and development in the employees will help or will allow employers to pinpoint skills they want to have in their employees, or their employees will be possessing. So training programs can educate employees to have new skills, or even can provide the existing skills to be enhanced or to be developed in order to have a new ability that can help the progress or their productivity in the business. Your business plan will tell how many persons you will be needing as the start of your business, and how many persons will be hired as the progress continues on in your business. Excess workers in the business will lead to extra costs, so it must be avoided in order to achieve the goal in the business.
Registration of a new business. New business must be registered in the name of legalities. Registering the business helps you avoid legal legal problems with the government. Secures a reputation as a legitimate business. It also builds trust among suppliers, customers, and employees. It allows you to fully market your brand and business everywhere. Before you let your well-planned business rock to the market, the following official processes must be taken. First would be register your official name in the Department of Trade and Industry, or the DTI. DTI is responsible for realizing the country's goal of globally competitive and innovative industry and services sector that contribute to inclusive growth and employment generation. It's something all entrepreneurs and investors who are planning to set up a company in the Philippines must be accomplished. It is primary agency in the promotion and development of MSMEs through the provision of various assistance and interventions. For example, is the financing, marketing and promotion, human resource development, product development, and advocacy. It is necessary to register your single proprietorship business with the DTI to provide it with a legal identity and gain the rights to use your business name. Remember that a business name or the BN registration is not licensed to operate a business. Second would be the apply for a mayor's permit to operate the business and the municipal business license of the business. A mayor's permit is a license issued by a mayor for a company for the operation of its business under its jurisdiction. This permit is renewable every year, and the deadline for the renewal is before the end of January of each year. Penalties are imposed on businesses that fail to renew their business permits on or before the prescribed period. The mayor's business permit ensures that your business complies with all the ordinances of the particular city or municipality you operate in. This is important because each municipality or city has its own set of ordinances. All businesses, whatever the legal form, are required to secure a mayor's permit or municipal license from the city or municipality that they are located. Permits or licenses are required to ensure that the standards are met and that business complies with the specific requirement of the business locale. Registration procedure varies across cities and municipalities.
Hello everyone, this is Cesar Rag. And now let us continue to talk about the registration of a new business. So, one of the most important matters to do in registering a new business is to register your business at the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC. The articles of incorporation and bylaws are required for all corporations and for partnerships. So it means that before your enterprise can legally conduct business here, specifically in the Philippines, you have to register with a number of important government agencies, chief among which is the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC if you're operating a corporation or a partnership business. So now let us talk about what is SEC, or the Securities and Exchange Commission. So the Securities and Exchange Commission is the agency of the government of the Philippines responsible for regulating the securities industry in the Philippines. In addition to its regulatory functions, the SEC also maintains the country's company register. So the SEC also was created by Congress of the Philippines in 1936 as part of the Security Act, or the Commonwealth Act No. 83. This occurred just 2 years after the United States Congress created the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. So it means that the SEC was originally created in the United States. So the next slide is let us talk about the function of Securities and Exchange Commission. So its major functions include the registration of securities activities, analysis of every registered security, and the evaluation of the financial condition and operations of applicants for security issue. And its function are defined in Section 5 of the Securities Regulation Code and include the following major areas. First is the supervision over all registered business entities in the country, including suspensions and revocations of their registrations. Second is policy making with regard to the market and securities. Third is to control over and approval of security registration statements. Next is power to investigate violations of securities laws and to impose sanctions for such violations. And it has power to issue subpoenas, punish for contempt, and issue cease and desist orders to the ranks of its law enforcement measure. So now, let us talk about SEC registration in the Philippines. So, local and foreign investors that intend to establish corporations, partnerships, or associations in the Philippines are required to register the business entities with the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC before they can conduct business activities and participate in the country's securities market to buy or trade shares of stock, bonds, interests in the company, and other types of financial assets. So it means that registering your business with SEC is mandatory, not only to legitimize its judicial entity, but also to enable it to legally engage in business, issue receipts, trade financial assets, and be entitled to certain rights under the country's corporate and investment law. So, and these are provided under Section 3 of Presidential Decree number 902A. The SEC has absolute jurisdiction, supervision, and control over all corporations, partnerships, and associations that are grantees of primary franchises and licenses or permits issued by the government. So now, let us know what are the registration process for business required to register with the SEC. So first is to secure a unique business name. Second is to accomplish an application form from SEC. Third is to draft the necessary documents required for a specific business entity you plan to register, such as articles of incorporations and bylaws, treasurer's affidavit, deposit the minimum paid-up capital requirement, and you have to obtain necessary licenses or permits from appropriate government agencies for regulated industry sectors and business activities. Next is, there are types of business entities required to register with the SEC, such as stock corporations, for profit business entities which have shareholders who hold ownerships of the corporations through shares of stock, like domestic corporations, resident foreign corporations, branch office, representative office, regional headquarters, regional operating headquarters, non-stock corporations, or non-profit business entities which do not issue stocks and distribute dividends to their members. Also, the non-governmental organizations or the NGOs, foundations, associations, religious organizations, partnerships, for-profit business entities established by two or more persons who share management and profits among themselves, and the general partnerships and limited partnerships. So, that would be all. Thank you.
Setting up a business involves numerous processes and requirements, and one of them is business registration. So in this video, I am sharing about the procedures and requirements on how to register sole proprietor businesses, partnership, and corporation in the BIR. Here's the step number 1. Fill out application of registration form or BIR form 1901. You have to accomplish BIR form 1901. Print or write each detail legibly using capital letters. Mark all appropriate boxes with X. You must also know your TIN or tax identification number in accomplishing your BIR business registration. Step number 2. Submit photocopies of the required documents before you register your business in BIR. You should have taken the prior steps such as getting your DTI business name registration, mayor's permit, and barangay business clearance. Step number 3. Sketch your location of business. The BIR also requires sketch of the location of business. A simple sketch of your workplace would help the Bureau's tax mapping activities if there are any in your area. Step number 4.
Fill out their Form 0605 and pay annual registration fee. Annual registration fee of 500 is required for new registration of business. Similarly, you need to file this payment from again on or before January 31st of each year as long as you are doing a business. Step number 5. Pay documentary stamp tax. Business registration in the Bureau of Internal Revenue also requires payment of documentary stamp tax. The step 6 is register your book of accounts. Books must be registered before the commencement of the business or upon the registration of a new business in the BIR. Book of accounts and other accounting records must be kept at the office. Additionally, they must be updated and must maintain up-to-date recording of business transactions. Step 7. Register your official receipts and sales invoices. All businesses that render services and offer sales are subject to internal revenue taxes. Therefore, they must issue receipts or sales invoices authorized by the BIR. Step 8 is you have to attend the seminar in filing and tax payment. The business owner or anyone who is responsible for your bookkeeping and accounting can attend the seminar about filing and payment of taxes. Step 9 is claim your certificate of registration. At the final step, the BIR will issue your certificate of registration or BIR Form 2303. This is an important business document. At the types of taxes the taxpayer or business owner must pay in the calendar year are also displayed in that document. In addition, the BIR certificate of registration must also be posted in a visible place at the location of the business. The entire business registration process in BIR takes around 10 minutes to complete, depending whether you have provided all the information on the forms correctly. It will help you to speed up the process of registration of your business if you have submitted all the required documents and permits.
Register your employees with the PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, and Social Security System. Registration in other agencies which provide welfare and other insurance benefits must also be consulted, legally filed. Registered companies in the Philippines are required to report their new employees to 4 government agencies: the Bureau of Internal Revenue, Social Security System, Philippine Health Insurance Corporation of PhilHealth, and Home Development Mutual Fund, Pag-ibig Fund. It is compulsory to notify these government agencies on the status of employment of an individual legally working in the Philippines, so as to grant him or her the mandatory employee benefits he or she is entitled to under the Labor Code of the Philippines. Employees of private companies in the Philippines are automatically entitled to 6 benefits, basic benefits, which are as follows: SSS contribution, PhilHealth contribution, Pag-ibig Fund contribution, the 13-month paid service incentive, leave, meal, and rest period. 3 of these benefits, SSS, PhilHealth, and Pag-ibig Fund contributions are administered by their respective government agencies through a monthly contribution scheme that requires the employer to remit a portion of the employee's actual monthly salary to its agency. Employers who fail to remit the required contribution amount of the scheduled deadline are liable for payment of interest penalty, which is computed from the due date until the time of payment. Why we need to register? This system provides private employees and their families protection against disability, sickness, old age, death, or the other such instance that could make them incapable of continuing their employment.
Now, let's move on to number 10, which is practicing simple record keeping. Maintaining accurate and up-to-date records is critical to the success of a business. Good records help entrepreneurs reduce abuses, manage cash, comply with legal, regulatory, and taxation authority requirements, and improve financial analytics. Their journal can help them set up a record-keeping system. So what is a record keeping? Keeping records is an essential part of running a business. It enables entrepreneurs to keep track of important financial transactions, human resource information, and other data points that reflect how they run their businesses. Along with record keeping, bookkeeping exists, and there are four most important activities. Those are keep and maintain records on a daily basis, identify source of receipts, record all incurred expenses, and keep complete records in all assets. Letter A is keep and maintain records on a daily basis. It is critical to keep daily records and make sure they are as accurate as possible. Accuracy is one of the most important responsibilities of any business owner or company leader. One way to ensure that entrepreneurs meet any legal compliance standards for their industry is to keep accurate records of their day-to-day business operations. Letter B is identify source of receipts. A business receipt template is an acknowledgement of a payment received for a company's product or service. Most businesses will request a receipt when asked to return or refund a purchase. A receipt may also be required for tax purposes to verify the legitimacy of a purchase. According to a fundamental principle of trustworthy bookkeeping, no transactions should take place without a receipt. Entrepreneurs can reduce their taxable income, increase their chances of receiving a tax refund, and reduce the amount of time they must spend on paperwork each year by doing so.
In continuation on the activities in bookkeeping, C. Record all incurred expenses. When we say incurred, it is an accounting term that means that all transactions, regardless of their nature, must be recorded when they occur. It means that all accountant must recognize and record the transaction on the date when it occurred or happened, rather than the date when the transaction was actually paid. Understand? Okay, next, letter D. Keep complete records in all assets. So, in keeping all records in all assets, you need good records to prepare accurate financial statements. These include asset recording. In conclusion, in order to maintain proper recording of business transactions, keep supporting documents, namely sales slip, paid bills, invoices, receipts, deposit slips, check issued and cancelled. Payroll must be kept to ensure compliance with the IRS Employment Tax Record Regulation. Employers must also keep records on the amount and the dates of all wage, annuity, and pension payments. So, you must keep your business records available at all times for inspection by IRS. If IRS examines any of your tax returns, you may be asked to explain the items reported. A complete set of records will speed up the examination.
Hello everyone. So for the benefits of recording system, as we can see, the first thing is it is easy to monitor the success of or failure of your business. It is because especially when you are in a big businesses, big entrepreneur or new venture, big venture rather, we have to monetize our business, our stocks and products that we are producing to our customers. And we have to seek, or we have to conduct an inventory of our stocks to see if the products are out of stocks or just it is not on demand supplies or not essential for the customers as well. So one of the benefits of the recording system, or the monitoring, encoding, or inputting the number of stocks, is also we can, with the help of the monitoring, we can see the difference if the first month of our selling, or first month of our business that we conduct or we build is doing well or good, or it is a success, it is a failure as well. So with this benefit, we can create a bar graph or any graph that we can use to identify if it is our product and business is gaining profit or not. And for letter B, information needed to make decisions is provided and accessible. Because before we decide, before we make decisions, not just for ourselves but also for the sake of our business, we have to analyze and understand the problem given that we are facing in, and also we have to gain information or seek for the information that is legit and seek for the solution for our problem, right? Business is not easy. As an entrepreneur, one of the characteristics of the entrepreneur is to make a decision, or the decision making must be analyzed first, and before we decide, we have to understand things out, and we have to figure it out if it is okay to decide these things, if this was the right solution for your problem given. Thank you.
Everyone, in continuation of practicing simple record keeping in order to maintain proper recording business transactions, on the other hand, one of the benefits of recording system, we have letter C, which is the information needed to take bank financing package is available. So, in this statement, not all banks are created equal, but many of them focus on the same areas throughout the loan review process. So, it is very important to learn what documentation, projections, and narratives you'll need to prepare, as well as tips to ensure you negotiate the best loan package available. And keeping accurate financial records can help you monitor the health of your business and spot any potential issues sooner. And for the letter D, references for budgeting are at hand. So this is very important because in budgeting, it helps you control your spending, track your expenses, and save more money. Additionally, budgeting can help you make better financial decisions, prepare for emergencies, and stay focused on your long-term financial goals. So, having a budget keeps your spending in check and make sure your savings are on track for the future. And for letter E, which is easy preparation of income tax return. So, accurate records are essential when it comes to preparing tax returns
They help you avoid overpaying or underpaying your taxes. You can be certain the information you report is accurate if you have records to refer back to. Plus, keeping good records will give you an idea of what tax payment you'll make ahead of time.
Easy computation of sales tax. The sales tax or the sales taxes on a good or services is calculated using the formula selling price times sales tax rate, and the total cost of a transaction is calculated using the formula total sales amount equals selling price plus sales tax. Rapid distribution is facilitated by organized record keeping. Conclusion of benefits of recording system. In conclusion, benefits of recording system is very essential, particularly in the recording of all the documents. It helps in monitoring, assessing, and analyzing how important recording to fully keep track the documents and have proper monitoring of the recorded documents. This also helps to have a smooth and transparent record or record keeping.